We cannot hear you.
Assalamu alaikum, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I wasn't coming for a debate. I don't have the knowledge level that you have. It was more of a Q&A.
Yeah.
I spoke to mainly Adnan Rashid last time. He was in a conference in Malaysia and he joined towards the end. So I've returned. It was just general questions. So about your opinions on my beliefs, obviously, about your belief about my belief.
Mm-hmm.
The first question I had was, do you know the promised Messiah? In your opinion, was he contradictory about everything? Did he say opposite things about everything, in your opinion, in your belief?
Yeah, pretty much. Yes, pretty much.
Okay. What? Obviously, you have a lot of references and quotes
Yeah.
which point towards that. But my point is, when Murabbis translate those same things and explain those things, there's no contradiction anymore. So,
Actually,
with
brother,
your yes,
let me tell you one thing, brother.
of course.
Look, there is one thing which you can say a legitimate explanation which resolves the problem or contradiction.
Okay.
They don't do that. They basically explain away. I give you example so we can see what I'm saying here.
Okay.
So I give you simple example, Brother Gulzar, and I let you tell me that are they really giving us any answer. Now look at this one.
Mm-hmm.
In 1879, and if you want, I can present it again.
No, it's
Mirza
okay.
Ghulam Qadiani said, and
Mhm.
Mirza Bashir Ahmad MA admitted that
Yes.
in 1879, Mirza Ghulam Qadiani said, I have written already 300 arguments to defend Islam, and now I want money to print or publish those arguments. Right?
Okay.
Now, 10 years later, when he only published one argument, just one out of 300, and people have already given him the money,
Mm.
and they asked him, they said, look, we want our publication, we want the book. Mirza Ghulam Qadiani said that this work is very valuable work and it needs more research. So I am conducting my research and it's only a matter of delay. And I will produce rest of the arguments as well. This is, he was saying, almost 10 years after publishing his initial work, which was only one argument. Now, think about this. Now, the problem here is, he initially said, I have already written 300 arguments, number one. And number two, those writings are not mine. God gave me that knowledge. That was inspired knowledge. So that inspired knowledge was contained in the form of 300 arguments. And now he's saying, after just producing one argument, only one, he said, I need more time to present or to prepare or to actually write the rest of the argument. The point is, the problem here is, these two positions are contradictory. Did you get my point?
I get your point, but what have Murabbis told you in response when you spoke to them is my point.
Nothing.
Okay. I mean,
No,
I can
I
text
can
a
add
few
something,
and
Brother
get a
Imtiaz.
response. I can text a few and get a response. Maybe not right
For,
now, but what I'm saying
example,
is,
Gulzar, for example,
yes.
are you aware of the response?
I haven't heard this argument before, so no, I haven't asked, so no.
Now
Brother
let me
Imtiaz.
tell you.
Brother
Give me.
Imtiaz. Sorry, we can give him the response, one of the responses, and he can tell us whether it's a valid response or not. Should I give
Go
him or
ahead.
would you give him? All right.
Go ahead.
One of the
Go
responses,
ahead.
Brother Gulzar,
I,
is
I don't want a response.
yeah, because they don't dare to present it in front of you, Brother Imtiaz. One of the responses, Brother Gulzar, is that he had more important tasks to do.
Okay.
Do you think that's a valid reason?
It's not a fully complete reason. There must
Yeah,
be
that's
a
a
more
summary.
complete information there. Okay.
That's the
I
summary.
give let me explain to you, Gulzar, that why it's problematic. Our question is, and the contradiction is, in 1879, had Mirza Ghulam Qadiani completed the writing of 300 arguments, or he didn't? It can't be both, right?
But then, obviously, I'm thinking off the top of my head, a lot of these things have, what sort of arguments, what constitutes an argument, all these. I'm just thinking from the top of my head what explanations could be, but I don't know the exact answer, of course.
Look at this one. I give you whatever you want to call it. Please understand the question. Understand the question, Gulzar, please.
So you're saying, what you're saying is,
there are two positions. There are two positions. In 18, and by the way, instead of we just talking in abstract sense, let me present something on the screen. Give me one second, yes.
I mean, what's the contradiction that you're saying? So he said that he will present 300 arguments, and then he didn't, and that's what the contradiction is.
No. That's not that.
Okay.
That's not the point.
I'm confused. Yeah. Okay, I got confused.
Yeah, I give you the exact quotation, so inshallah we can understand what I'm saying.
In English, please. I know Urdu, but it's a bit weak.
I will translate for you. No problem, inshallah.
But Brother Gulzar, do you trust Imtiaz will do the correct translation?
I do, but it's not just mere translation. It's the bigger perspective where things get confusing, because that's with every debate.
Yeah, not a problem. I mean, the first step will be the translation. Do you speak Urdu? Do you understand Urdu?
I do speak Urdu. I understand Urdu. I read very little bit of Urdu. I don't properly read.
All right. Okay. Brother Imtiaz will read the Urdu and he will translate.
Of course, yeah. No. When he reads it, I might, if it's simple Urdu, I might understand it anyway, but let's see, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Let me actually, Gulzar, instead of, can you please make it proper, Umar? Do you know how to do that? I think Ahmed is not here, and I don't know that if somebody can do that. That's the problem. Is it okay? Alhamdulillah. Now, okay. Now the point is this.
Sorry to bother you. Have you got time? Still a lot of time, because I've got quite a few questions, and we might be here for a while.
No problem. I can be here for the rest of the whole day. No problem for me.
That's okay. No worries.
So now, Gulzar, understand this point. Instead of me giving you any of my interpretation of what Mirza Ghulam Qadiani meant when he said something, I want to cut to the chase. Okay, look at this one. Siratul Mahdi, volume 1, page 99. And this is the exact photo. I did not write this one. It is the exact image from the actual book. Haksar अर्ज करता है, i.e. मिर्जा बशीर अहमद MA says कि जब हजरत मसीह मऊद अलैहिस्सलाम ने 1879 में बुराहीन के मुताल्लिक ऐलान शाया फरमाया. It says that when promised Messiah in 1879, when he published the announcement regarding Burahin, तो उस वक्त आप बुराहीन अहमदिया तसनीफ फरमा चुके थे. At that time, Mirza Ghulam Qadiani has already written Burahin. And what is Burahin? Let me tell you, not from my, you can say, from my opinion. Let me show you from Mirza Ghulam Qadiani's own writing that what was Burahin. Yeah, volume number 1 of Ruhani Khazain, page 62. Burahin Ahmadiyya, Hissa Dom. So when Mirza Ghulam Qadiani was publishing the second part of Burahin, this is what he said. हमने सद तरह का फुतूर और फसाद देखकर किताब बुराहीन अहमदिया को तालीफ किया था. Now, Gulzar bhai, kiya tha is a past tense. He says that after seeing a lot of corruption and a lot of problems, I have compiled बुराहीन अहमदिया. और किताब मौसूफ में 300 मजबूत और मोहकम अकली दलील थे. And in this praiseworthy book, I have established the truthfulness of Islam with 300 sound, rational arguments, and they
Okay,
are. Sorry.
just so I've understood correctly, let me just talk here a bit. So what you're telling me is he's written that in Burahin Ahmadiyya, which he has already written, he's given 300 arguments. So it's done. He's given 300 arguments in Burahin Ahmadiyya. That's what he's saying.
No, his claim was that this book, Burahin Ahmadiyya, for which he want people to give money to publish, in this book, he has already documented, written, compiled 300 arguments to establish the truthfulness of Islam. This is what he claimed, and this is what the son of Mirza Ghulam Qadiani, as I showed you before, they both said
Okay.
that yes, this was the case when in 1879.
Okay, so he's claimed that he has written the book and he has the arguments in the book already.
Yes.
Okay, I understand. Okay, continue.
Now I show you the second. Now I show the problematic part. Just give me, because it was not the topic. I just want to pull out the exact reference.
It's okay, no worries. We'll be jumping from topic to topic anyway.
No problem at all. I said before, there's no problem at all.
You understand the argument is very clear, right? What he said, that the arguments
So far,
are
I
ready.
understand.
Yes, the arguments are ready. So that's the first part. The arguments are ready. He already has the 300 arguments. He needs money to publish them. Now, Brother Imtiaz will get your reference of what happened next. If you have not heard this before, I think it will be a shock to you.
I mean, a lot of the stuff I've already heard has been so much of a shock. This is a far smaller thing compared to those things, to be honest.
The thing is, brother Gulzar, you sound like a genuine person. We hope you'll continue doing the research. And I want to tell you one thing while Brother Imtiaz is getting the reference. Whenever you go to a Murabi and ask him something, don't expect an answer that say, "Oh yeah, you're right. This is a contradiction by Mirza Ghulam Ahmad." That will never happen. That will never happen. I think you agree that will never happen. This is like
Of course not.
telling
If they say that, then obviously they're accepting falsehood. So obviously they know, they believe there's no contradictions, which is why they accept him. If they believe that there's actually contradictions, they wouldn't accept him in the first place. So there is that caveat there as well. But with me, the only reason I've been listening for months, the only reason I've been listening is because obviously I want to do my research. I want to hear the counter arguments. I don't want to be in my own world. I want to hear what the reality, the other side says about me. So I need to hear that. That's why. But at the same time, like I said in the previous stream, I know Murabbis. I have family members who are Murabbis. So
yeah, okay.
It's not that I don't have, my local mosque has Murabbis. It's
so basically, Brother Gulzar, obviously, because we're gonna discuss obviously many points. So I just want to inshallah share with you the summary of what we are discussing. Now look at this one. Ruhani Khazain volume 21. Now this is the time, brother, when Mirza Ghulam Qadiani did not produce those 300 arguments. Now you may be thinking that Brother Imtiaz, how much he actually produced. Now again, I would not give you my opinion. I want to give you his son's own statement. Before I show you something else, I just want to show you that statement. So this is basically, again, Siratul Mahdi, Mirza Bashir Ahmad M.A., volume 1, page 100. 300 दलाइल जो आपने लिखे थे, इनमें से मतबूआ बुराहीन अहमदिया में सिर्फ एक ही दलील बयान हुई है, और वो भी नामुकम्मल तौर पे. It says that 300 arguments which Mirza Ghulam Qadiani has already written when in 1879. He said in the published Burahin Ahmadiyya, i.e. the 4 parts and the 5th one as well. He said in these 5 parts of Burahin, only out of those 300 arguments, how many are published? Only 1 argument, and even that is incomplete. So the reason I give you, sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, so basically your initial claim was that he says he will produce 300 arguments. He will write down
Not
300
produce,
arguments.
brother, not produce. That's the problem. No.
Okay,
He
okay.
has already written 300 arguments and now he needs the money to publish that. This was the initial claim.
So in the initial claim, when he has written the claim, has he said to publish 300 claims?
Yes, argument. Yes, that's what
Can
I
we
showed
go
you before,
to the
brother.
first part again? Can we just for rewind for
No
me? Sorry.
problem, no problem, no problem. Let me show you again.
Yeah, the second part, I understand the point you're trying to make. Is trying to say that he didn't do it, and that's a
Yeah,
contradiction,
brother,
or that's a
this is the
failure
one.
in his.
They, amongst many, this is just one reference. Ruhani Khazan, volume 1, page 62. हमने सद हाथना का फतूर और फसाद देखकर किताब बुराइन अहमदिया को तालीफ किया था. Again, the past tense in Urdu. He said that I have compiled, written, or documented the book Burahin Ahmadiyya after witnessing a lot of corruption and a lot of, you can say, problems. और किताब मौसूफ में 300 मजबूत और मोहकम अकली दलील से सदाकत इस्लाम को फिल हकीकत आफ्ताब से भी ज्यादा तर रोशन दिखलाया गया. Again, the past tense. He said that in this book, I have established the truthfulness and the light of Islam in reality with 300 sound rational arguments.
Okay, but nowhere does it say I'm going to publish those arguments in X
I'll
amount
show
of
you
time.
that. I'll show you
Okay,
that
okay.
now. I'll show you that now. Let me, because this was in the previous file, but because you asked
That's
this
fine.
one,
Yep.
yeah, I will inshallah show you that one.
I didn't know this topic was going to come up. I'm just winging it.
Okay, now inshallah, let me share my screen, and I want, when Mirza Ghulam Qadiani was saying this, all of this particular statement that I have written 300 arguments, because your question is what he was actually claiming or asking people for at that time. Let me show you that one. Majmua Ishtiharat, volume 1, page 19. The title is Ishtihar Bagharze Isti'anat wa Istihar Azdeen Ansaruddin. He says that this public announcement is for the purpose of seeking help, isti'anat, seeking help, wa istihar, and seeking to basically, show the domination from who? From those people who are helper of Allah's deen. So he said that this ishtihar is basically seeking help to show the domination of deen, and this help he is seeking from the helper of Allah's deen. Now, इस खाकसार ने एक किताब मुतज़म्मन असबात हकानियत कुरान सदाकत दीन, he said this humble one has compiled, written, documented a book. In this book, on the truthfulness of Quran and on the truthfulness of Deen, there are such arguments जिसके मुतालिया के बाद तालिबे हक से बजुज कबूलियत इस्लाम के कुछ ना बन पड़े. He says this book is such. Which book? The one which he has already written. And I have shown you the previous quote that in this written book there were 300 arguments. He says that these arguments are so strong that anyone who will read the book, he will have no choice but to accept Islam. And nobody will be, इसके जवाब में किसी को कलम उठाने की जुर्रत ना हो सके. Nobody will be able to lift his pen to refute this book. Now, again the same ishtihar, by the way. Okay, he says this one. Yes, he says on the page 20. Look at this one, brother. This was page number 19. Page number 19, and it is the continuation of same ishtihar. I just want to show you the relevant portion. Now, page 20. इख्वान मोमिनीन से दरखास्त है कि इस कार्य खैर में शरीक हों. He says that I request to all the people of goodness that be part in this noble venture, और इसके मसारिफ तबा में मुआवनत करें, and help me in the publishing of this book. And don't forget, brother, the whole public announcement was issued to seek people help. अगनिया लोग अगर अपने मतबख के एक दिन का खर्च भी इनायत फरमाएं, से those people who are rich, if you just give me one day of the expense of one day of your kitchen, तो ये किताब बसहूलत छप जाएगी. He said, if you give me even the amount equivalent to one day of your kitchen, I can publish this book. वरना ये मेहर द्रक्षा छुपा रहेगा. Otherwise, this moon will remain hidden. And then he says on the same page 20, गर्ज अंसारुल्लाह बन के इस निहायत जरूरी काम को जल्द तर बसर इंजाम पहुंचा दें. He says to be the helper of Allah and help me to complete this much needed work as soon as possible. And the name of this book will be Burahin Ahmadiyya ala Hakikat Kitabullahi al-Quran wa Nabuwatil Muhammadiyya. He says this is the name of the book I have written. Now, again, basically volume number 1. By the way, are you clear now? He was asking for the money.
Yeah, I can see he was asking for money for a project that he was going to do from the members of the community. I can see that.
Yeah, and what was the project?
To publish a book.
Which book?
Burahin Ahmadiyya.
Which he has already written, right?
He has written it previously, but he wants to publish it in multiple. Yes.
And what he has written, it consists of 300 arguments, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now let me, because this was something you asked me, that's why I showed that. Now I go back to the thing I was showing you before. Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
Because
just
now,
before. Yeah, because when I asked you, I also asked you for time frame. I know what he's asking for.
Yeah.
But until there's a time frame, if he says I want this done in this time, and this is word of God, something God told me that this will get done in this time, unless you have something like that, this is I can understand what's happening here, basically.
Now,
even without speaking to Murabi.
Yeah, let's go point by point. Is it
course.
clear that he was claiming that I have written a book, and this claim was made in 1879 according to the clear statement of his son Mirza Bashir Ahmad M.A. He has written book already in 1879. Is it clear?
Yes, from your translation and what I understood, yes.
Look, brother Gulzar, if you want to translate,
of course. Yeah, it's clear. It's clear. Yeah,
it's clear. Okay, now the next thing you asked me is
the only reason I said that is because I don't understand contexts in the bigger part. Of course, you're giving me quotes from massive books. You're giving me paragraph, a small, 2-liners, which is fine. You'll go into the crux of the problem, which is fine. It's fine. But brother, yeah, all I'm saying is, yeah.
Gulzar, look at this one. Look at this one. Look, brother, when it comes to context, for example,
yes,
if there is anything in the context which proves that he did not write or complete the book in 1879, then I am definitely guilty. Now, context does not mean that I have to read 10 pages. The point is this.
No, that's fine.
I am presenting a piece of information, and that is that in 1879, Mirza Ghulam Qadiani's claim was, I have already completed the writing of a book, Burahin Ahmadiyya, and this book consists of 300 arguments. Now I need money to publish the book.
Yes, I understand. Come on, let's move forward.
Now, basically, I want to show to you that how he changed his position in the future. Now, again, it's a whole because I'm just going on the relevant part. It's many things we can discuss, by the way. Now, I presented to you this one already, that whatever was published, that was only one argument out of 300. Now, let me show you something here. I just want to show you something on this page as well, by the way. Yes. Now, but look at this one. obviously, brother, when he did not publish those 300 arguments, which was already with him, this is what he said. Volume 21, page number 6, बुराहिन अहमदिया पंजम. मैंने पहले इरादा किया था कि इस बातें हकीकत इस्लाम.
Cannot see the screen, Imtiaz. Bhai, Assalamu alaikum. We cannot see the screen. It's not visible.
Oh, I can see it. Yeah, I can see it.
Why
You
it's
can see-
visible?
It's not visible to me.
But maybe by you join it again, maybe.
Now it's visible. It's okay. Now it's visible.
Okay. So basic, there was a bit of lag. I think there was a bit of lag. So Mirza is saying now, brother Gulzar, मैंने पहले इरादा किया था कि इस बातें हकीकती इस्लाम के लिए 300 दलीलें बुराहीन अहमदिया में लिखूं. He says that it was only my intention that in order to establish the truthfulness of Islam, I will write 300 arguments. Now take a pause.
Could you read the Urdu again, please? Sorry, read the Urdu
Okay.
again.
मैंने पहले इरादा किया था.
So it was my intention before.
Yeah, it was my intention कि इस बातें हकीकत इस्लाम के लिए 300
For the truth of
दलील.
Islam. Yeah.
Sorry.
So that the isbat-e haqiqat Islam is for the truth of Islam, to prove the truth of Islam.
To establish truth of Islam.
Establish or prove?
Isbat means establish or prove. Both can be correct.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. Okay.
Yeah, to
He
prove,
said-
establish. Yeah.
Yeah, he said initially, मैंने पहले, initially I intended to write, to establish or to prove the truthfulness of Islam 300 arguments in Burahin Ahmadiyya. Ne likhun. Now, please note the word likhun. He was saying initially, तालीफ किया है, and the son of Mirza says तसनीफ फरमा चुके थे, and now he says लिखूं. लेकिन जब मैंने गौर से देखा तो मालूम हुआ कि दो किस्म के दलाइल हजार निशानों के कायम मकाम हैं. Now please note the shift here. He was saying that I have already written 300 arguments which he wanted to publish, and now he's saying it was my initial intention to write 300 arguments, but when I reflected carefully, then I came to know that two types of arguments are better than thousands of signs. And then बस खुदा ने मेरे दिल को इस इरादा से फेर दिया. He says that God diverted my intention from doing this. Now the point is, from doing what? What he said before, from writing 300 arguments. He said that it was my intention, but God made me change my intention. Now Gulzar, take a pause.
Yeah. So just to summarize, what you're saying is he initially himself intended to publish those 300 arguments.
No, not publish. By not publish. Likhun. Why likhun?
Because he has already written it. He wants to, multiple book it, like publish it.
Yes.
Yeah. So initially he intended to publish it to the world, give it out, make copies of it, etc.
No. By no. The words are very important. Initially he claimed that I have written 300 arguments and I want to publish that.
Yeah, he's written them and he wants to publish it so people can have copies of it.
Yes, and now he says,
later, Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad is saying that he, his mind changed because of an ilham.
No. Please be accurate. He said that. He said it was only my intention. It means that now he's saying that he did not write them already. It was intention to write.
Wait.
Brother,
so is your argument where he changed his mind, or is your argument where he says that I will write and he says I have written in the past?
The point is very simple, Gulzar. He initially said that I have already written.
Yes.
Imtiaz bhai, hold on. I feel I could be wrong. I feel this brother is deliberately not understanding. He has understood what you're saying, he is deliberately ignoring what you're saying and basically avoiding a conversation on it. Brother
I'm here to talk. I wasn't forced to be here. I chose to be here. I'm the one that asked the question that brought this conversation up. So I don't know what you're alluding to. I'm just trying to understand from myself. Let me just quickly respond to your statement, which was not nice. Let me just say something quickly.
Brother Gulzar, you're going on. Please.
Okay, that's fine.
There are 2 points.
I'll just explain to you.
Okay, wait. Relax. There are 2 points for you. Number one was that Burahin Ahmadiyya, with his 300 arguments in favor of Islam, was already completed, written, done, and dusted in 1879, according to Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani and his son. Do you understand that? Yes?
I do understand that, yes.
In this quote on the screen, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani is saying, I only intended to do it initially. Okay? Then I realized only 2 types of arguments are enough because they outweigh.
Let me just interject before I get confused again. If that's okay.
Okay. So here he's saying only 2 types of arguments are better than thousands of signs. Therefore, God turned my heart away from this intention. What intention? 300 arguments. To write 300 arguments. So there is a direct contradiction in 2 statements. In one, he is saying he has already written it, therefore give me money so that I can publish it. In the second statement, he's saying he only intended to write it and God turned his heart away. Therefore he didn't write it. Do you understand?
Okay. Yes, I was confused because I thought you're arguing a different point, but you're arguing this. Okay, I understand now.
Yeah, okay. Now, clearly we are not making this up because the quotes are on the screen. They are very clear, categorical.
Does it say intended to publish or intended to write? Just want to clarify.
Right. It says Burahin Ahmadiyya mein likhu. Likhna is specifically writing.
Yeah, no, because when he wrote his own book and he wanted to publish it, he wanted to publish Burahin Ahmadiyya. So that's why I'm saying, is it publish or write in his personal room to have notes on his personal pieces of paper?
No.
That's what I'm trying to understand here.
Look. There's no publishing here. First of all, put publishing aside.
No, he didn't say the word publishing, but he wanted to publish the book Burahin Ahmadiyya.
Yeah.
If he's naming it as Burahin Ahmadiyya, I'm just saying, I don't know.
Publishing comes after writing. Do you agree?
Sorry?
Publishing follows writing.
It does, yes.
Okay. Mirza said it is already written in 1879.
He has, yes.
Okay. Here he's saying God turned my heart away, therefore I didn't do it.
From writing Burahin Ahmadiyya.
Yes.
No, writing those 300 arguments, yes.
Yeah.
The issue is 300 arguments already written and not written. This is where the issue is. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, that's where the problem is. It's clear, black and white, in front of you.
Okay, so my original question was, about contradictions, which you've answered. You believe that there are contradictions, and this is an example of a contradiction.
Actually, Brother Gulzar, allow me to say this. Yes, it's a contradiction, but that's not the only thing. The thing is...
But obviously, I still want to get information and come back because I'm not informed and I don't know these things. And once I have more information, I can come back and speak to you about this again. But at the moment, this is I'm just going by my own thing from what you're telling me.
Gulzar, that is fine. But the only problem we face when we talk to Ahmadis, that the argument is very clear, but they never acknowledge that, yes, argument is clear. We get that, and we know the problem is such and such. Same is the case with you as well, brother. With all
I have acknowledged your argument. I understand your argument. I was just trying to...
Yeah, no problem. Can you please, I give you uninterrupted, brother, time. Can you please summarize for us that what exactly the argument is?
Your argument is that Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad first said that he will write a book, publish a book,
My
because
brother,
he has
this is
already.
the problem. This is the problem right from the beginning. Right from the beginning. Brother,
Okay,
please
he has
understand.
already written it. He has
No.
already written it, and he wants
Yes.
to publish it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I just got my words mixed up. Relax. I'm not writing no words here. So yeah, he's intending to publish it, and later he says he hasn't written it. That's what your argument is.
Do you see do you see a problem here?
I do see the problem that you're.
What is the
putting
problem in your
front of me.
words? What is the problem?
The problem is, if something has been claimed to have been written, how is it not written in the future?
Okay. So for example, now if you, let's suppose, just to understand your position,
Yes.
what can convince you from either side that Mirza Ghulam Qadiani in this particular case was lying?
I don't know. I just have to hear all the argument. Like I said, I
No,
listen to
that's
you
fine.
because I
That's
want to
fine.
hear.
But
Yeah,
what I'm trying to say is,
yeah.
if they
Without
cannot,
hearing the defense, I can't form an opinion. That's the thing. I can't tell you what my final decision is without hearing the defense. Do you
no,
understand what I'm
I'm
trying
not
to say?
saying that, brother. What I'm saying is, in this case, if they
Yes.
want to prove that Mirza was not lying as a common
Mhm.
sense, what they need to produce?
I don't know. Evidence that it's this second bit is speaking about maybe something else, or maybe it means something else. Because
My
if
brother,
the
look
second part
at
is connected to the first part, then your
brother,
argument stands, of course.
brother, look at this one. Look at this one.
Yes, yes.
First, we need to identify the problem. The problem is there are two positions. Let's
Yes,
not call
first
them
he's written it.
statements.
Second, he hasn't written it. Yes, I
Yes,
get that.
exactly. There are two positions. One is
Yes, yes.
I have completed the writing of 300 arguments. The other is
Mhm.
it was only my intention, but then God turned my heart away, i.e., I did
Yes.
not write. So I wrote or I did not write. You agree? That's the problem.
Yes, I agree.
Now, what I'm trying to say, brother, is if you really want to understand the arguments from both sides, then you need to basically understand the situation that in order for them to give, for example, if anything is said and that becomes a response, that's not right. The response has to address the problem. You agree with me?
Yes, I agree with you.
Now, look, let me give you some information in advance. When Mirza Ghulam Qadiani passed away, obviously the problem was very clear, as you can see. The son
So
of
wait,
Mirza.
sorry. Let me just before we continue on this, sorry, let me just interject quick, if that's okay. When he
Yeah.
said, so I'm confused. Sorry. When he said, I have written. What year was that?
1879.
1879. Okay. And when he says, I will write, when was that?
I will write. It was 1905.
1905.
Yes.
Now, when were the first two copies of Burahin Ahmadiyya published?
All copies were published from 1881 till 1884. That's it. After that, nothing was published.
Okay, so the first, so he said, when did he say he will write again? Sorry, what year?
My brother, you are unnecessarily complicating the problem for yourself.
No, I'm just trying to understand. Like, this is how we communicate, right?
We do, but you are. What's the point here?
No.
The
Look,
point.
brother,
I'm trying to make a point. If you want to,
Gulzar.
obviously, if you want to prove my point wrong, prove my point wrong.
No,
That's
you
fine.
don't have any point,
Okay.
brother. Wait, you don't have any
Yes,
point
yes.
to begin with.
Let's have a conversation and we'll see if I have a point.
You're just okay. Well, let me identify.
No, if I'm wrong, identify my wrongness. I'm just saying, if you're saying in 19 something he says he will write,
Gulzar,
and he has already written and
Gulzar,
published.
Gulzar,
Yes,
wait. We have both already agreed that what the problem is. We have already agreed. The problem is very simple. In 1879, either he has already completed the book or he didn't.
No, 300
Yes,
arguments.
in 18.
No, 300
No,
arguments.
My argument is
Listen,
when he says he will write, when he says he will write.
Wait. He said in 1879, 300 arguments have been written. They have
Yes.
been put on paper. In
Yes.
1905, he said, I only initially intended to write them, but then God turned my heart away from that intention.
Okay.
Do you see the problem? समझ आई है?
मुझे समझ आई है.
जी,
But
समझो.
you
Wait.
need to understand my answer as well.
Okay, brother, you have no answer, as Brother Imtiaz said. What's your answer?
Okay, you're not letting me speak. How am I supposed to give an answer
Brother,
if you don't let me speak, brother?
listen to me. J.K. Rowling says in 19.
I don't
Let's
need
say.
to. We're wasting time with J.K. Rowling. There's no point.
Relax.
I understand the problem. I've
You don't
repeated the
understand
problem.
the problem.
No.
No, you don't understand the problem because you don't want to understand the problem. We can see that.
Okay.
Listen,
Okay.
J.K. Rowling in 2000, she says, I have completed 3 parts of Harry Potter, 3 volumes, volume 1, volume 2, volume 3. In 2021, let's say, 21 years later, she says that I only intended to write 3 volumes, and one was published in due course, but the other 2 were not put forth. So she goes, I only intended to write 3. God turned my heart away, and therefore it wasn't written because 1 volume was good enough. 1 volume was good enough. So do you see the problem, the contradiction in both statements? In one, she's saying 3 volumes have been written. They are written, they are complete. And 21 years later, she says, no, my intention was to write, but I never wrote them, and 1 is enough. See the problem? Or you don't see the
By
problem?
bringing J.K. Rowling in, you've confused me even more. Because I'm trying to
Imtiaz
figure out a
Imtiaz
position here.
Everyone,
That's fine.
everyone has seen.
Because
Look,
because
Gulzar,
obviously
problem,
I have
look.
I have my belief.
Gulzar, wait.
Yes.
I would say, Gulzar,
Yes.
if you think or anybody thinks they can play clever here, it's not right. It's not going to happen.
You haven't
okay?
even let me say my bit, and you're saying I'm playing.
Let me
I don't know
say
what's happening here.
Brother, let me say something.
Of course, you've been saying
Everybody
something
who
for
is
20
watching
minutes.
and they will, Gulzar, again and again you interrupt us. That's the problem.
Okay.
You don't let me talk.
Was I interrupted when I wanted to give a point
Always,
that you could have answered and proved me wrong?
You are always interrupting me. Can I talk?
Okay, I'm sorry. You can talk.
Okay, now. Yes. Now the problem is this. I presented my case. I spent about half an hour to explain to you the case. Then I asked you for confirmation. Did you understand the problem? You said, yes, I understood the problem. I said, what is next? You said that you will talk to the people because you said you have no knowledge. You will talk to the Jamaat, the Murabbis, and you will see that what is their defense. This is where we were before. And now all in a sudden, you started to say you have a defense. That's the problem you are not addressing.
Okay, so you want to know why I'm speaking, basically. The reason, like I said, I listened to your argument, I analyzed the 2 statements. I'm just trying to figure out where the confusion is. So I'm trying to make a point. I don't know if that's the actual Murabbi position. I don't know what it is. I'm just trying to make a point and see what you say in response and see what the difference between us is, so I can be more targeted with my questions if I need to be. So do you understand my point? Because I'm doing my research. I'm doing my learning.
Go ahead.
So if you're saying before 1905, all the volumes of Burahin Ahmadiyya were already published, that's what you said, right?
Up till 1905, one dalil, one argument incomplete was published out of 300.
But Burahin Ahmadiyya had all the volumes of Burahin Ahmadiyya were published, yes?
My beloved, let me repeat.
Yes. No, I understand that one argument out of the 300. I accept.
Let me speak. You did not.
Okay.
I said we both agree on one point. that Mirza Ghulam Qadiani's claim was, I have completed 300 arguments. They are written, done.
Yes, yes.
Now the next question is, how much of those 300 were published? Not my opinion. Mirza Bashir Ahmad MA's statement, I have shown you already. He said out of those 300,
yes.
only one incomplete was published. Now go on.
And okay, and when did he say that? In 1905, right?
Mirza Bashir Ahmad MA said this after death of his father.
Okay. And but Burahin Ahmadiyya itself, the title, the book that he wanted to write initially, the book that he referred to, the one he wanted to publish, was it published by 1905?
No.
Okay, arguments, fair enough.
No, no, it wasn't.
So, but you just told me in 1882 and to
One
1905.
argument, brother,
Yes.
You are not getting the brother.
Yeah, yes, I accept what you're saying.
Really not
I
getting
accept
my
what
point.
you. Okay, no.
Imtiaz bhai, this is what
Your
we say.
point is that
You know,
only one
wait.
argument was published. I accept that.
No,
I'm not saying anything
that's
else.
not my point. That's not my point.
You didn't just say one argument was published partially.
Listen,
And
Imtiaz
that
bhai,
was until the death of Mirza Ghulam Qadiani.
Imtiaz bhai, can I ask you to be silent for 1 minute? Imtiaz bhai, he's wasting your breath, your energy, and your brain cells knowingly. He knows what we are saying. He understands
No,
it
I
perfectly.
know what you're saying, but I'm
No.
trying to.
Stop.
Okay,
Stop.
that's fine.
Stop. Let me speak. You have spoken. He knows what we are saying. Our arguments are crystal clear. Any 5-year-old child, when you break it down to them like this, like a Lego piece, like pieces of Lego, you put them together, a 5-year-old would get our argument very clearly. This person, who appears to be a grown-up person, is educated also, clearly.
I'm
We know
24
that
and I'm a clinical scientist.
Okay, brilliant. So now, sorry, what are you? Scientist?
I'm a clinical scientist.
You're a clinical scientist, but you are
Yes.
clinically sick. I'll tell you why. Sorry. Don't be hurt or don't be insulted. Let me
First you insult me, then you say don't be insulted.
Let me say why, Gulzar.
Are you saying in your head?
Clinical, listen, you're not, look, is this how you finish your clinical science? The way you're behaving right now on the stream today, if this is how you behaved with your professors, or if you wrote a dissertation like this, okay, failing to convey or understand basic, simple arguments, you would never become a clinical scientist. For some reason, your clinical science fails when it comes to Mirza. All the Qadianis I have met, highly educated people, we show them black and white evidence. They just go dumb. They go completely brainless. They behave as if they are on spectrum, like they have some problem, some mental issue.
Keep insulting people and say you're not insulting
No,
anyone.
brother, no, brother. Look. Try to understand where are we coming from. Look, we have just demonstrated to people that we are saying simple things. Mirza said in 1879 he has completed.
That he will write 300 arguments.
No.
Completed.
Again,
He has completed. He has completed. He has completed 300 arguments, and later he has.
You're throwing these things in the middle deliberately so that people think that you don't understand. Let me explain. Let me explain to people how I know.
Can I say it?
No, you can't say it. No, let me say it now.
It will take 10 seconds, 5 seconds.
In 1879, Mirza said all 300 arguments are written. By
I agree.
By 1884, only a half an argument.
Yes, I agree.
Wait. Not even one has been published. So
but I'm not talking about this.
Wait, brother. Look, what is wrong with this guy, man? Just wait. 299 and a half. 299 and a half arguments are still yet to be published as promised by Mirza, because Mirza said they have been written, they are completed.
And the money has been taken for them as well.
Yes, money was collected for them to be published. Then in 1905, Mirza goes, I only intended to write them actually, and God turned my heart away from writing those 299 and a half arguments that were left according to Bashir Ahmad, because Bashir Ahmad said only half was published. and only one argument was published, and even that wasn't complete. So there's no confusion here. It is black and
Adnan
white.
Saib, with all due respect, I'm not confused with this. My questioning is based on something else, and you're not understanding the angle I'm taking. I agree with you with these things. I'm not confused with these things. I'm asking different questions. If you
No,
follow me.
you are asking questions. Okay, uh, what happened? How much did he publish? We have explained how much he published. You know how much he published. You're
No,
asking us
I
questions
know he
like
published half an argument. I'm not asking that. I'm asking when was Burahin Ahmadiyya written? That's not when did he publish those
18,
arguments.
1879. 1879 it was complete.
But 1879, Burahin Ahmadiyya was complete.
Complete.
And
The
when he made the initial claim,
300
when
arguments
he
were complete. Yeah, with
yes,
Brahim.
the 300 arguments weren't complete. I'm listening to you. I'm agreeing with Tika. That's your argument. I don't know
And
the reality. I haven't
that was
spoken to
Brahim.
Murabbis.
Yeah,
But
that was,
Tika,
yeah.
yes,
No,
okay. But he claimed he will write 300 arguments in Burahin Ahmadiyya, correct?
no. He said he has already written them 1879.
Yeah, but he will publish them in Burahin Ahmadiyya.
No, he will publish them once he receives money as Burahin Ahmadiyya. As Burahin Ahmadiyya.
Yeah.
300
But then he
called
published Burahin Ahmadiyya, but those arguments weren't in there. That's what it is.
No,
Yes,
my
sir.
brother, Gulzar, let me answer your question.
Adnan said
See,
yes. You're saying no. You see that
Know what? Know what?
we want
Sorry,
to
what
play the games, Gulzar. We want to
No,
play the games.
Adnan just responded saying
Don't
yes,
don't
and
try to
Muhammad
don't
Imtiaz
try to
responded
be
saying
clever.
no.
Wait, brother,
Wait,
wait. Don't try
what
to.
did I ask?
You're not that clever, brother. Just be humble. You're not that clever. Okay. Let me tell you one thing. In 1893, please note the date. 1893. Majmua Ishtiharat, i.e., the public announcements, 2019 edition. Note everything. On page number 423, all the way 10 pages. Mirza Ghulam Qadiani said that people are swearing at me that I have taken the money for complete Burahin, i.e., for publishing of 300 arguments. But I have not published that. Then Mirza gave them an argument. Please understand the argument, Gulzar, so you can understand what is our answer. In 1893, note the date, 1893, which means from 1884 till 1893. In other words, almost 10 years have passed since the fourth part was published. He said, I need more time to research. Let me repeat. In 1893, Mirza Ghulam Qadiani said that, look, you people are angry at me. You are swearing at me. I need more time to research to write rest of the book. This was in 1893. Then we have already shown you in 1905, i.e. almost another 12 years have gone past. Now he's saying, note the point. In 1893, he said, I am going to publish the book, but I need more time for research so I can make it a proper research-based book. In 1905, he said, I am not going to write the book. As we have shown you already, that God has turned my heart away. And he also said that the complete book was going to be published in 50 volumes. But I am going to end with 5 volumes. 4 were up till 1984, and the 5th in 1905, he started to write. He said that I was going to publish the whole thing in 50 volumes. Pay attention. But I am going to end with 5 volumes. And then he said, the difference between 50 and 5 is only a dot. That's what he said. Now you need to understand the whole scenario in a nutshell. In 1879, he said, I have written already. And when he was not publishing in 1893, just count the years, 79 till 93, you can count, it is almost 14 years. For the first 14 years, his stance was, I need more time to research. And then he gave the example. He said, Imam Bukhari, it took him 16 years to compile his Sahih Bukhari. So my book is going to take some time as well. So the key argument in 1893 was that I need more time to do more research to complete the book. But then in 1905, he denied. He said, I'm not going to write. Why? Because Allah has turned my heart away, and the difference between 50 and 5 is only a dot. So end of story. Now please respond.
Thank you very much, Imtiaz Sahab. You've explained everything in very good detail. I understand your position. Thank you for bearing with me and taking the headache. Unlike, your colleague who's been a bit aggressive to me. You've expanded a lot on your point, and like I said, I'm not a learned person, so I can't really respond to most of it. I understand your argument. We can finish this argument here. My only thing on the first part, just off the top of my head, I was making a point, would be that he said he will write 300 arguments. Like, he's written them. He said he's written 300 arguments. Yes, he has written 300 arguments, and he will publish them in Burahin Ahmadiyya. Burahin Ahmadiyya's volumes came out, and in 1905 he says, I'm not going to write the book because God write those 300 arguments because God changed my heart. But the book titled Burahin Ahmadiyya with a ton of arguments is there. Those 300 arguments, those are not there.
No, please, brother, please.
Okay,
I beg
of course,
you,
yeah,
honest.
interject and explain. Yeah, of course, yes.
No, boy, please be honest. His son
Okay.
said out of arguments,
Those 300 arguments, yes, only half. Yeah.
And brother, those 300 were already number one, written, number one, and number two,
Yes.
they were no. They were written through God's revelation.
Okay.
So basically, understand the point, Gulzar Bhai. If those arguments, exactly the arguments which he claimed in 1879, if they are not published, it means that revelation of God has either been concealed or destroyed.
Yeah, now you're making far stronger arguments than your first argument. I understand. TK, I'll do my research and I'll see. So I understand your point. It's just with those arguments just going back just to that specific thing, because there was confusion and a lot of anger. Burahin Ahmadiyya
it was not anger, to be honest. It was not anger. It
from
was just
Adnan Sahab,
frustration.
there was a lot of anger, not from you. Okay, chalo, theek hai. Because obviously I'm still understanding and I've got questions and my mind is working partially.
Okay, let's move on, inshallah. This was your first question, right?